Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Brakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, pushing this word in all sincerity and in truth. All right, shalom to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. I'm the brother Dama Gabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahawashi. All right, this is going to be a quick lesson, which I was watching the elder Apostle Gabar and elder Sakaran and the elder Manatazak. They were doing, going live on the Tuesday afternoon. As I was listening to it, I was, um, writing down some stuff and getting some stuff prepared for tomorrow. And, as they were speaking about, just, how we got to be in the spirit, and especially in these last days, really focusing and paying attention to, why we were called into this thing, and, being mature and, growing in this truth, and not still being, young, little, immature children in this truth. Because, even as we speak, coming into the time of the Passover, it's always a great sifting going on around this time. A lot of guys fall out. A lot of guys' true intentions and spirits are, revealed. And it's always a time to where we should be walking on eggshells and being very, walking very fearfully and understanding that, hey, at any time, hey, the Lord could, none of us are above, or none of us are, um, impervious to the Lord taking the spirit from us, so we got to make sure we're utilizing our talents, utilizing our gifts, and really being dialed in and praying that the Lord continuously keeps us in the spirit and not being in that lackadaisical, ho-hum, just whatever spirit, we got to remain dialed in. We got to remain focused and, ultimately, hoping and praying that we're continuously doing the things that are pleasing in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, and walking fervently and on eggshells, and fearfully, making sure that we're, when we're out and about in this world, we're moving wisely, um, while we're in this truth, we're moving wisely, offering up the right sacrifices, and just being on point, man, especially in this time, because this is the time where Satan is very active, Shit, Esau is opening up doors with the Pope. They're using CERN. So they got all type of left-handed spirits and evil and wickedness and things around this time, to where you should be circumspect and making sure that you're walking uprightly and, doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shai, because this is a time where, like I said, a lot of sifting happens and a lot of guys fall out of the truth. So you just want to make sure that you're on your P's and Q's, you're dotting your T's and dotting your lowercase J's, if you know what I mean, man. So I just want to do a quick lesson. Just got a couple of precepts as I was listening to the elder, the elders and the apostles doing that live on the Tuesday afternoon. That popped into my head. So I'm gonna read a couple, Lord willing. This can be edifying. All right, so the first I got is Hebrews 12 and 1, and it says Yahawashi the example, and it says, wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Right, and we know that the race, that the word patient means to suffer, man. And at the end of the day, we're all suffering here in Babylon the Great. If you're in this truth, we're all suffering, man. All right, we're all catching hell. Not every brother's hell is identical. Not every brother's hell is on the same level. But according to your faith and according to your measure and according to, the portion that the Most High has given you, we're all catching hell, man. All right. We're all vexed. We're all vexed with the filthy conversation. We're all, dealing with our own situations as we're in this truth. But at the end of the day, man, hey, we still have to run this race. We can't get sidetracked with the affairs of this life or the things that are, irking you, or the things that are causing you whatever, hell that you're catching. At the end of the day, we still got to suffer and still remain in this race, and don't get tripped up over these particular things that are that are happening to you, because ultimately a lot of these things that are happening to you and the hell that you're catching is just part of your fiery trial that is to try you. All right. But you can't let those things distract you to the point to where you're not doing your videos. You're not putting up shows. You're not going out on the highways and the byways, and you're not doing the job that we were called to do by Yahawashi and Yahawashi. All right. And it says, looking unto Yahawashi, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross. You see, so Yahawashi, he was catching hell as he was on his path and on his journey. You see, but he didn't let those things trip him up to the point to where he just foiled the mission. He said, "Oh, the hell with this, I'm done." He didn't let getting spat on or getting lied on or being persecuted or being called the devil, or the things that were part of his fiery trial to distract him or deter him from the ultimate mission and goal. And it's the same for us, man. See, that's why, we got to look to Yahawashi when we're catching all these hells. When you feel like, man, this is overwhelming, or, sometimes you feel real low. Sometimes things aren't always going your way. Sometimes, you barely got enough money just to barely survive. You barely got enough food to eat sometimes. Sometimes it seems like, it's just all hell, just catching all type of holy hell, man. But it still cannot distract you from the mission or let that deter you from finishing your course in this truth. You see, and it says, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. And you see, and hey, we're on the same path. Like I said, our hell and the race that is set before us is not on the level of Yahawashi Hamashiach, but hey, the Lord has each individual brother. You have your own personal, form of you enduring your cross and us despising the same. Look, we get lied on, we get called rapists, like I said, in your daily life, shit happens. But at the end of the day, we can't let those things stop us from finishing this race, man. So we got to stay circumspect. We got to be in the spirit. You got to be, sharp. You can't be just so lackadaisical, letting the affairs of this life just totally wear you out and kick your ass to where you don't want to serve the Lord no more, man. Or like I said, you get lukewarm, or, whatever the case might be, man. Hey, we still have to run this race no matter what the hell we're going through at the end of the day. And know that obstacles and shit, Satan's going to be trying to fuck with you, through, it can be your woman, it can be your children, it can be just niggas in the world, it can be, all type of things, but at the end of the day, we still are focusing on this race and looking to the author and the finisher, which is Yahawashi HaMashiach, who is the perfect example, man. It says, for consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, and that's what we ultimately face, man. All the hell you be catching and people that's coming up against you, it's literally, niggas, niggas and bitches and people of this world, pork chop eating, Christmas worshiping niggas of this world that ultimately, give you the most hell. Of course, sometimes, other Israelites, but, they give us hell coming with their stupid comments, using their platforms, or we see these other Israelite groups climbing up some other way. Those things vex your spirit too. But ultimately, it's the people of this world, man, that are, ultimately giving us the most hell. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't let their opinions matter that much to you as you're in this truth, man. All right. If you're still valuing the opinion of your family members or your 2/3 cousins or your disgruntled baby mother or non-believers in this world, if those things can easily take you off course and distress you and cause you to be stressed out and bugged out and to the point to where you lose a sight of what's important, then hey, maybe maybe hey, you need to pray for more faith. You need to get tougher skin. You need to build yourself up more, man. And just keep pushing, man. And it says, for consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your minds. You see? And that's what happens to a lot of guys that fall out of this truth. They faint in their minds, man. All right. Like I said, for whatever reason or whatever things that's so easily besetting them off of the course and off of their path and this truth, they lose sight of what's most important, and then end up falling off and even going to be even in a fucking worse situation that you were in, before you came into this truth. You see, so we got to always keep our eye on what's important and the things that, matter the most to Yahawashi Yahawashi. And we got to continuously put ourselves last, man. All right. And let me get this in Philippians chapter 1, verse, let me see. Philippians 1:9, it says, "In this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment, that ye may approve things that are excellent, that ye may be sincere and without offense to the day of Hamashiach." You see, and it's something that we all should be striving for, man. Like I said, this is why prayer is important. This is why, you being focused and in the spirit is important. And you got to be able to approve those things. Get this word for excellent, man. Oh shit, wrong one. Let's get this word for excellent. And the word is diaphoro. It says to bear or carry through any place, to carry different ways, to carry in different directions to different places, of people who are carried hither and thither in a ship driven to and fro. You see, and this is you. This is us. As we're in this truth, you're gonna catch all type of hell. Like I said, Satan is going around like a roaring lion seeking who would devour. Different things in this world is trying to, shift you and take you out of this truth, cause you to be distraught, cause you to, be overwhelmed, to be, ultimately trying to knock you off of this course, man. But you have to continue to carry on, man. That's why you got to have a good, solid foundation. Like I said, you got to have thick skin. You can't be so easily emotionally triggered. It says to differ, to test, prove the good things that differ, to distinguish between good and evil, lawful and unlawful, to approve of things that excel, to differ from one, to excel, surpass one. You see? And this is what we got to constantly keep in mind. This is why we have to continuously look to Yahawashi, because he exhibited all of these traits, man. You see? And the Lord is putting us in a position so that we could, prove the things that are excellent, be in the spirit, you got to notice the things that's trying to throw you off. And also, too, you got to notice when Satan is trying to get at you, man. That's why you got to constantly, look at everything and judge everything spiritually, man. Especially when shit happens like out of the ordinary, or like, for instance, like if you have a good relationship with your woman or whatever, and all of a sudden she's just being a demon, man. You got to be able to examine those things, because that's shit that's trying to knock you off your course. And if you're not paying attention to it and you feed into it, man, hey, that could totally throw you off. Like I said, that can cause more stress, more fighting. That can cause you not to do videos, you not want to be home, you probably causing you to drink more. Or go to the bar. I don't fucking know, whatever the case might be, and I'm just using that as an example. It could be on whatever level it is. So you got to make sure that we're approving things that are excellent, man. Being in the spirit, being keen and really paying attention to to shit like that, man. So it's not throwing you off, that you're not losing sight of what's ultimately most important. You see, it says that you may approve things that are excellent, that you may be sincere and without offense till the day of Hamashiach. Right. See, it says being filled with the fruit of righteousness, which are by Yahawashi Hamashiach, unto glory and the praise of the Most High. You see? Let me read this in the NLT. Philippians 1:10 says, for I want you to understand what really matters, so that you may live pure and blameless lives unto the day of Hamashiach. Now, of course, we know that we can't be 100% righteous here, but hey, the Lord has given us the spirit and the tools to be able to, in the spirit, be pure and blameless. And like I said, and paying attention to everything that's going around you, so that you can make the right decisions in particular situations, doing the will of Yahawashi, man. Those are the things, and having that faith in this mission and what we've been given to endure all these things. Hey, that makes you pure and blameless in the sight of Yahawashi. And we see a lot of these other Israelite groups, man, who are going way the hell off, man, carrying guns to camp. A lot of these guys are climbing up some other way. A lot of these guys don't want to be under the order and the order of the elders and the apostles. They don't want to be told what they can and cannot do. They're all, they want to take this truth and do it their way. how they seem fit, and they're not looking to the altar and the finisher of our faith, which is Yahawashi HaMashiach. And the Lord has set up the elders and the apostles, a great millstone, to be those men that are approved and that are climbing up the right way. But a lot of these other camps don't want to come under that, so therefore, hey, a lot of them are going to end up being rejected. And you see the way they're moving, you see the way they're acting, you see Alazar, that whole situation with that Cooley guy, how he totally acted totally out of character. He's still very immature. He's still very worldly. And he ain't really growing, and he ain't never changed since he came into this thing. And he's a leader of all these guys following him, man, setting a very bad example, because ultimately he's not looking to the author and the finisher. He's not moving in the stead of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And like the elders and apostles have been telling him, if you niggas stop trying to debate everybody and going on all these platforms and putting yourself in these situations, that whole situation would have never happened, man. But you see, these guys are doing their own thing, man, and they're looking very, very bad. And a lot of these guys, they're running their own race, man. They ain't running the race that was set before them by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Those guys been off the beaten path. They running a race to, I don't know where the hell they're going to end up going, but it ain't going to be till salvation. All right. And this verse 11 says, may you always be filled with the fruit of your salvation, the righteous character produced in your life by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. For this will bring you much glory and praise to the Most High. You see? So, this is where our focus and where we need to ultimately be keyed in on, especially in these times, man. You see? What is this? It's 1 Corinthians 4, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 4. I thank my power always on your behalf for the grace of the Most High, which is given you by Hamashiach, by Yahawashi Hamashiach, that in everything ye are enriched by him, in all utterance and in all knowledge. You see, and this is a very good prayer that we should have, man. Making sure that we're walking circumspectly and wisely, man. Making sure that, we ain't, this is why you got to make sure, and you got to pray too, that the Lord, gives you balance, that the Lord gives you rule over your emotions and over your tongues, man. Because sometimes, your mouth could get you in a lot of trouble. Sometimes, hey, even if you just shut up, you can be considered wise. But a lot of times, man, you can say things that could, get you in a lot of trouble, man. That's why you got to pray at the Most High to give you rule over your emotions and rule over the tongue of your mouth. Like it tells you, was that in James, where it tells you like the tongue is a very fiery, a very small member, but it could lead to getting you into a lot of trouble. All right. So we got to be just wise and circumspect in all aspects of life, It says, even as the testimony of Hamashiach was confirmed in you, so that ye come behind in no gift, waiting for the coming of our Lord Yahawashi Hamashiach, who shall also confirm you unto the end, that ye may be blameless in the day of our Lord Yahawashi Hamashiach. You see? And that's another thing too. I think a lot of these other Israelite groups get wrong is that they're, they want to seem like they're blameless. They want to be seen to be blameless from the people of this world, man. All right. They're not trying to be found blameless before Yahushua, because if they did, then a lot of the actions, the things that they do, they wouldn't do. But like I said, a lot of their, the things that they do are to be seen of men and to be praised of men. And not by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And that's why a lot of these guys are, moving the way that they're moving. And at the end of the day, when Yahushai returns, man, hey, they're going to be, matter of fact, I'll get that next. It says, the Most High is faithful, by whom ye were called unto the fellowship of his Son, Yahawashi HaMashiach, our Lord, And this is what, like I said, a lot of guys fail to realize, man. And you don't want to be in this stead, well, when it's all said and done, when Yahawashi comes. No, let me do this. No. Oh. Let me do this. Let Let me do this. No. Oh, let me get this. Depart. Matthew chapter 7, and let me read up a little bit. Matthew 7 and 21, it says, Not everyone that saith unto me, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven, you see? And a lot of guys, think they're doing the will of Yahawashi and Yahawashi, but really they're not. You see, a lot of these guys are, like the scripture tells you, they're filling their own belly. All right, a lot of these guys teaching Yahawashi out of envy, out of strife. A lot of these guys are using this truth to, to lift themselves up, to build a name for themselves, to be Israelite celebrities, to be the greatest debaters, to be profiteers, to make money, to sell merchandise. You got a lot of guys who are in this truth, to doing their own thing in their own will. All right. They're not doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. It says, Many will say to me in that day, Yahawashi, Yahawashi, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. You see? So we don't want to be on this end of on this end of Yahweh's judgment. We don't want to be found with spot and to be blamed, to be basically rejected by Yahweh Shem Yahweh when all is said and done. We want to be accepted. We want to be found blameless, and we want to continue to be moving in a way to where, hey, when Yahweh comes back, we can be embraced and we can be accepted, and we can be those faithful servants at the end of the day, man. But we gotta continuously, stay on our P's and Q's, man, and move circumspectly and wisely, and continuously, man. At the end of the day, if Yahweh didn't do it, then you shouldn't do it, man. And like I said, just continue to pray that the Lord, keeps you rooted and grounded in the right spirit, man, that you're looking at everything circumspectly, that you're not out here just, moving carnally, man, because, that's when you can get caught up. That's when you can get sifted. That's when Satan can find an avenue or a crack in the door to get in there to totally, discombobulate all your shit, man. And you be out here looking crazy as all hell and on the outside looking in. So, I'm going to close it there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Until the next one, Shalom.